Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Olivier. I am a certified mindfulness meditation teacher, and in my channel you will find videos on meditation tips, mindfulness practices and guided meditation. So make sure to subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. In today's video I want to answer a comment that I have received recently. The question has been asked by USOA. And he's saying that I have been practicing breathing meditation for 2 months, 20 minutes a day, and haven't noticed any improvement in terms of focus or feeling calmer. He's asking if he's too impatient or should he try a different style of meditation. So thank you for your question. And the first thing that I want to say is that your experience is not uncommon. It took me months to really understand and feel the benefits of meditation. Not that it didn't affect me at the beginning, but for me to realize the benefits took me several months. I began meditating for maybe a few weeks and didn't see any big changes in my life, like you, in terms of focus and feeling calmer. So I stopped for a few weeks or a few months. And then I realized that I would feel stressed and more anxious. And so I started again meditation. I felt calmer and so forth, but nothing drastic, so I stopped. And then again, stress and anxiety started to creep back into my experience, and so I started again. So I stopped, started many times until it became clear to me that during the periods of time when I was meditating, I would generally feel less stressed or anxious. And so now, one of the main reasons that I meditate on a regular basis is for my well-being, for me to enjoy the day, but also I see it as a preventive medicine, kind of like a protection. Not that I never feel stressed anymore, because it is a normal experience, but generally I feel less stressed, I feel more calm, and if a strong emotion like anxiety comes into my experience, I know how to handle it, and I am better prepared to handle it. So, that being said, I would like to offer some tips. In mindfulness meditation, the first meditation technique that we learn is mindful breathing, because most of the time our mind is somewhere in the future or the past. So with our breathing, we bring our mind back to the present moment, to our body. Then there are some foundations of mindfulness meditation, namely mindfulness of the body, being present of the sensations in your body, mindfulness of emotions, and mindfulness of thoughts. Those are the foundations of mindfulness meditation. There are so many other types of meditation, but those are really the pillars of meditation and of our experience, right? The sensations we feel, our feelings, and the thoughts that we're having. So the one I want to share with you, and by the way, I promise I will do videos about each one of them in more details in the future, is mindfulness of the body. The body, you can see it as a container for our experiences, right? When we feel stressed, we feel it in our body. It manifests into physical sensations. When we feel angry, it manifests in our body in a certain way. For me, I feel a fire in my chest. Also, I can feel tensions in my neck and shoulders, and maybe in my arms and fists. When we feel happy and joyful, we feel lifted inside. We feel lighter, maybe, right? So the body is a container for our experiences. And because most of the time our mind is somewhere else than in our body, we don't pay attention to what is going on here. but yet our body traps all of our emotions and thoughts. My invitation is for you to explore bringing your attention to your body. So how do we do that, and what do we do? First, we use the breath to bring our mind back to the present moment. Maybe we'll do that for a few minutes, just to settle a little bit and be present. And then we let go of the breath and we bring attention to our body. Our awareness is no longer on our breathing, it is in what is happening inside of us. So the way that I do it is that there are two ways that I do it. The first one is that on my in-breath, I focus on my breathing, to the air coming into my body. And on the out-breath, I become aware of my whole body. And I try to see if there are any tensions, say in my belly. And with the exhalation, I try to relax it. So you can do that for a few minutes. On your in-breath, you become aware of your body. And the out-breath, you relax the body. Sometimes we can have unpleasant sensations in the body, say some squeezing in our belly. When we have unpleasant sensations or unpleasant emotions and so forth, our first reaction is to push them away because they are unpleasant. But if we do that, we will tense our body. So here's the tricky part. What we want to do is to notice the sensations in our body and to stay with them and breathe with them calmly and try to relax without the intention of pushing things away. Essentially, what we train here is very important and is one of the main points of meditation. It is to train ourselves to be able to stay with what is unpleasant. Again, because things are unpleasant, our tendency is to run away from it. But in meditation, we train our attention to stay there in the middle of unpleasant sensations, of unpleasant emotions, of storm that we can have inside of us. What for? So that we are not pulled left and right by our thoughts and our emotions. We train ourselves to feel stable and grounded in the midst of it, so that we will not feel overwhelmed by them. The second way to train with mindfulness of the body is to scan our body from head to toes. On your in-breath, I become aware of my forehead. On the out-breath, I release the tensions in my forehead. And so you go like this: forehead, eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, nose, jaws, neck, shoulders, arm, chest, belly, back, legs, and so forth. And you can stay as long as you want in the areas where you notice there are tensions. So for me, practicing this type of meditation where we relax the body is very effective. One reason why we practice meditation is to gain some clarity. And clarity about what? Clarity about what has made us suffer. For example, say we are stressed. There is a reason why we are stressed, and we want to have some clarity on why and what has brought stress into our life and what we can do about it. So here we try to investigate our lifestyle and the tendency of our mind. Maybe it is our mind that has been ruminating on an event in the future that has caused us stress. In Buddhism, there is a teaching that says nothing survives without food. And I love this teaching. It is so simple yet so powerful. Nothing survives without food. And we can see it, right? If we don't eat or don't drink, right, we will not survive. And the same goes with our emotions, like our anger. It needs some food in order to exist. Our stress, our fears, it needs certain food in order to exist. Our love and happiness as well. Our relationships as well. So we can look into our experience, into what we do in our daily life, to see how we nourish, for example, our stress, and see what we can do to deprive stress from its nutrients, how we can deprive stress. Maybe by practicing meditation, maybe by noticing when we start ruminating on events about the future. I think about this again. Okay, I come back to my breathing, and so forth. A friend noticed that drinking coffee was nourishing his feeling of being nervous. So he stopped drinking coffee. In Buddhism, they talk about 4 types of nutrients: edible foods, what we just talked about; sense impression, what we receive through our senses, what we watch, what we listen to, is a type of food as well; consciousness, our thoughts, what's happening inside of us, but also the consciousness of the outer world, what's happening in the world, and how we consume what is happening in the world. It's also a sort of food. It can be good or can be bad. And then the last type of food is our volition. Volition is our intention in life. If we have no intention in life, sometimes it can be difficult to wake up in the morning. But if we feel empowered by a wholesome mission, then we feel more energized. So volition is also a type of food. So anyways, I wanted to invite you to look into mindfulness of the body, to relax your body, and to release the tensions in your body, because often we are not aware of them. And secondly, I wanted to invite you to look into your lifestyle, because this is really what meditation is about. It is about having clarity on what has brought suffering to us, and how we can find a path, a lifestyle to well-being. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I know it is a little bit longer, but yeah, I hope you will enjoy it. And if in the future any of you has questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment sections below. You can check my website for a free meditation guide. And thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. Thank you.